I don't know how I'm supposed to talk about this, but I know I probably should. Usually, when I'm working, I'm fine. I could see my future. I could just work and listen to music and not worry about anything. I could just, you know, feel unstoppable. But there are inevitably days where I feel just empty. And that version of me is no longer there. I can't do anything. I don't feel like I could do anything. I feel like a husk. You just sit in one spot and don't feel like watching any shows, don't feel like doing anything productive, don't even feel like moving. And I've had those days before, and usually that's about the time I want to talk to a friend, specifically one, Mark. Whenever I felt this way, I always hoped to see a DM from him saying, "You want to hang out today?" And I'd always be excited for that. Sometimes I needed him a lot. Because working alone sucks. When you have dreams and ambitions that are still far away in the future, you can't really see. You don't, you know. But when I was working alongside him, it just didn't feel like I needed to worry about the future. Because we were just working side by side. Everything was fine. This is the first time where I felt if he were here, it would be around the time I'd really be hoping for a DM asking to hang out. But he's gone, and that'll never happen. I think part of me has always thought that part of me has always still been in the denial that I'll see him again, that one day we'll just hang out and everything will be normal. But now, more than anything, I want to hang out with him, and I can't, and I realize that. And it sucks. I felt I had to go somewhere because I was laying in my bed, feeling empty. The sun was going down. I needed to stop being still. I needed to go somewhere. So I went to the mall, a place where I'd always go with Mark to play Pump It Up at the arcade. Just dance, have fun. But as I was coming here, I was listening to music. First song that came on was Lonely Day. I didn't choose to put it on, it just came on, by Systems of a Down. Now that song is a good song, I like listening to it. And then the next song that came on was When Can I See You Again by Owl City. And my first instinct was to skip it because I wanted I wanted to listen to more sad songs. But then as I was listening to that song, started singing it, and I realized I was crying. Felt like, it felt like exactly what Mark would do in that situation. He'd just try and cheer you up. These sad lyrics, but sung in a upbeat way. I've wanted to do videos on his passing, just to get his story out there, just to, at least tell the fans, but I just can't fucking do anything. I don't want to talk about it. I want to work on the things I've always worked on. Because thinking about it hurts. Making a video on it would hurt. I wish the situation never happened. More than anything, I don't feel like I'm capable of making art that perfectly describes how I feel. How big this is to me. And I feel like I'm losing it. I feel like I'm losing the feeling of, at the end of all of it, at the end of the day, no matter how bad it is, I still want to do better tomorrow. Usually after I'm done crying, I'll have a moment where I just snap and say, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to pull my head out of my ass and just get back to work. But not today. I haven't had that yet. Maybe I will. I need his high energy. I need his spirit, because I know his life was far worse than mine. His situation, the people he was surrounded by, he was in a way worse situation than me, yet he was able to keep this much spirit and energy. I don't know how. Now, why is it that those people are always the ones to go? Why is it that the ones that are irreplaceable always end up dying. I came to the mall knowing full well that I didn't actually want to go in. I just wanted to go somewhere. I just wanted to think. And then it wasn't until I realized I was going to be alone in my car instead of in my house with my family that I could just let it all out. It's been a long time since I've cried over him. In fact, I've spent a lot more time being okay about this whole situation than I have crying. I really, really wish I could sit here and have his death inspire me, have his death motivate me, and say that I'm going to succeed for the both of us. Maybe I will, but not tonight. That much is for sure. Tonight I don't really feel like anything is good in my head, in the world. But knowing me, I'll pull out of it. Knowing me, the other person will step in and just overwrite my feelings that I have now. And I'll work. But that hasn't happened in a while. All I wanted to do is just be happy. Lately. Usually progress would make me happy, and progress in my art. Usually that would make me happy, but a lot of it was subconsciously, I think a lot of it was Mark. Having stuff to show him for the next time. Next time we hung out, he'd always just be so amazed at whatever I came up with, and it would inspire him. And when I'd see that, we just talk like two dreamers, two artists. I think that played a big factor. I'm so bad at doing this, dude. I'm so bad at talking about this. I'm so bad at opening up. Just being real. Just talking like I'm in my journal. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where my mind is going to go. All I know is that I haven't really done anything lately. In fact, this job that I'm working at now, I remember Mark, for the last few weeks of his life, was constantly saying, we should hang out, tell me when you're free. And I would just reply to him, I work. Just 2-word responses, as if I'm so busy that this job is taking away so much of my time. But it's not to blame. Like, I could come home. Everybody has time. Everybody has this. Everybody fucking has this. A job that takes away their time and you have to work your way around it. That's nothing new. That's something everybody has to get over in order to succeed. A job. You can make time for anything. I can make time for a fucking friend. I can make time to work on my art. I can make time to go to the gym and have a family that I keep up with. But I don't. At least I don't with my art, and I don't with my friends. At least I didn't. Stupid. Well, and every time I feel like this, it feels like this feeling is here to stay and that it's completely taken over my motivating, inspirational, hardworking self. Stupid ass. Shadow. But, I don't know. I always tend to just come back eventually and be fine. I'll probably do that again, but it hasn't happened in a while. That's all I know.